First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads. You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us. We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company. One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
You're not one of them. They took you, just the same as me. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies. A kindred spirit. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me. A pleasure.
A hand? Anyone? That's it! Go on! Keep pulling! Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. I'm usually better at this.
Though you have a tadpole, you know your broken mind is not like the others who bear the worm. A few scraps of the past come back to you now and then, but you can never quite tell where the knowledge comes from. Inexplicable, violent yearnings overwhelm all other thoughts. Who could you possibly be to be their vessel? You recall waking up, hearing the pounding war drum of blood. How much you treasured the sight of the first corpse you touched. How cruel your old life must have been. What could have happened to make you forget? As you fall asleep, you are a shivering and shaking mess. Blood, 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 blood.
I've been running since El Turel. And when we finally arrived at the Grove, we found danger there too. Unless I hide away from the world, I can't avoid it. So I'd rather face it head on. With you. Really?
Really? Just like that? All right. But if she reaches for that loot, it's firewood.
You open your eyes with a lurch, and you are not in your bed. You stand above a body which is in a state of gore nearly beyond recognition. The body of that brave girl who earnestly swore to devote her life to your cause. Her blood covers you, and its warmth feels like the embrace of an old friend. You recall nothing of how you ended up here, but your head pounds and aches. No matter how it appears, the body is there, and her blood is on your hands. The question flows through your mind. Who are you, really? that you could be guilty of such bitter business. If you could craft a corpse like this in one night, what masterpieces have you sculpted in your forgotten decades? You don't have much time for reflection now. You need to act. You may only have a few moments before the others awaken and begin to cast blame for the hot sin before you. Her guts start to spill and flow everywhere as you shift her. You wonder if your misdeed will be noticed.
Another waif dead before her time. I wonder how it happened. She was brutalized. The killer knifed her many times after she was dead. Was it you? The blood speaks for itself. Why? The parasite must be affecting you deeply.
The worm in your head has never slept more peacefully. You know in your heart it was something deeper, hungrier.
Even if it was the worm, this was peculiar indeed. I'll be watching.
Something revolts in your churning blood. Why hide what you are? You long to expose yourself. You would have given anything to have seen it. As you jolt awake, too many questions plague you. When the proud deed of her death was yours, why do you have no recollection of it?
Milord, jubilant day! I have found your vile self at last! Sceleritas Fel! Your loyal and ever-adoring butler. I followed you, my dear rotted master. We have been parted so tragically long. Oh, I had heard of Milord's indisposition, but I'd hoped the rumors were untrue. No matter. We will get you back to committing 5 villainous acts before breakfast in no time. I found you following the stench of that bard. She reeked across the coast like a piece of dog muck on the road. My, we will be reintroducing necrophilia to your schedule in no time. Anyways, I come once again bearing a part of your dreadful inheritance. You earned this iniquitous prize through your great show of exceptional violence the other night. I'm sure Master will be better soon. A fellow of your fine breeding is never down for long. I cannot wait until your next act of shameless barbarity. Though I would love to regale you with your past triumphs, I cannot. I am forbidden to interfere. Our betters will not allow it. Be true to yourself, my lord.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
Now, Wrath.
No!
Ichthias! Tina, to me!
Gone? By the gods, Kagha, what have you done?
Bury the remains. Continue the rite. Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster? Monsters both, then. Viper to viper.
Then there are 3 figures before you. An armored male elf, exuding power and command. A handsome younger man with a quick, easy smile. And a pale young woman with even paler eyes.
These are my chosen. They speak for me. Aid their search for the prism, and you will be worthy to stand beside them in my presence.
You feel energy pulsing from the artifact, lifting the pain from you, pushing the voice away.
My power grows. My forces gather. The reckoning draws near.
I came just in time. You are transforming. Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but
A great heat roars through you, her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The blood war mirrored from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You served her. That's enough to damn you. It's done, Karlach. By my living soul, you will forever burn.
You know, I could have used a friend. Pity that won't be you.
Hells, I should be celebrating, making toasts, roaring in victory. But I can't get the tadpole's visions out of my mind. Tell me we were right to strike Karlach down. I like your conviction. I've slayed myriad devils, each one a threat to Faerun. I've torn the horns from their heads without a second thought. Why should this time be any different? My prey has fallen. Hail the blade. Hail again, and may our strikes always find their marks. Hellsfire. She's coming.
Well, buddy, I thought it was time I dropped by the doghouse.
Mizora.
The one and only. Will, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret. Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. Your warlock friend is my puppy. And he's been a very good boy. I say fetch, and he'll fetch. I say kill a fugitive tiefling, and... well, I don't need to tell you.
You said devils only. She was a tiefling, not a monster.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. Cheer up, Buttercup. Karlach had no heart. You did the world a favor. More to the point, you obeyed. The point? Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder. Always a pleasure. Shame that tadpole's gone and pissed on your party. But I'll be damned if it goes pissing on mine. I've got some errands to do. But don't you fret much, pup. I'll be back in 3 shapes of your tail. Keep an eye on him, will you? I'll be keeping mine on you.
Silence now, creature, or I will silence you forever.
As she turns to you, her thoughts mingle with yours. A cold hand caressing your brain. The chamber melts away to reveal a dark, endless nowhere. In it, you see a vision. The drow listens as a pale-eyed young woman whispers in her ear. One of those the voice spoke of. One of the chosen. The vision fades away.
A true soul in such a grotesque form. The Absolute has a place in her heart even for Durthir. Her heart is more generous than mine. Join my hunt, fairy, and obey me. Worshippers of a false god. Their existence is an insult to the Absolute's claim on this region. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there. We will find it amongst the dead and the ashes.
Her excitement is palpable. She lingers on thoughts of victory, of unbelievers' blood spilled, and of the weapon. She will seize it, in the Absolute's name. You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks, it's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the Goblin camp. Her mind focuses. The cultists cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp.
The thief, whimpering in our dungeon, tried to flee to their sanctuary. We will continue to remove parts of him until he tells us exactly where it is.
Her mind enters yours, a splinter of ice piercing your memories. Tiefling faces flicker into view as she attempts to learn the grove's location. She sees the entrance to the grove as the adventurers retreat inside, joining the tieflings, and then smiles serenely as blood and shadow spread like stains across your memory, erasing all that lived there.
The cowards found refuge among the desperate. Perfect. We will cleanse the place of infidels and burn it to the ground in the Absolute's name. And then we will be the first among her favorites.
The masterful painting she depicts of the massacre awakens you hungrily.
And when they are dead, the Absolute will reward your faith. As will I. For the Absolute.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong. Or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
I only need a taste. I swear. Really? Of course. Not one drop more. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we?
It's like a shard of ice into your neck, a quick, sharp pain that fades to throbbing numbness. Your breath catches, your pulse quickens.
That was amazing. My mind is finally clear. I feel strong. I feel happy. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
Well, we all have a monster inside us, of one sort or another.
I'd just better not wake in the night to find fangs at my throat.
Quite the opposite. I'm here in the spirit of openness and honesty to work together as a team.
Maybe we could get him to wear a bell. Dissuade any nighttime prowling.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
I've seen a lot in my day. Some good, some bad. And I know when I'm being led down a dark path. I can't stop you from taking it. But I won't be joining you.
The tadpole shivers as you hear Will's voice within your skull.
Godspeed, and may your journey be true.
If I don't see you after the battle, tell the children I took out the drow. Get that damn gate closed! This is it, people! Weapons ready! Eyes to the front! Anyone who takes down a warg gets their choice of cut tonight. By Amornator's eternal sun, none of us are dying today.
A splinter of ice works its way into your mind.
A pretty speech. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Now slit his throat and open that gate. The Absolute wants all of them dead.
Oh, hells. You're in league with the damned drow? Nothing personal. You betrayed us!
The way is clear. Now we can cleanse this place completely. Kill everyone. I will come to your camp tonight. We will celebrate this victory. Together.
As you approach your camp, the raucous celebrations have already begun. Volo has fallen into the goblin's clutches again and appears to be chronicling your misdeeds. The goblins praise the Absolute, but their celebrations also honor their leaders, Minthara and you.
You fought well, and so did these creatures, thanks to our leadership. When you tire of their company, come to me. Tonight, you are mine.
What a glorious celebration. Hip deep in gore. The goblins stole good wine. It goes straight to the head. What's wrong with enjoying a gift from our guests? Maybe, if I down enough of this swill, it'll pickle the worm in my skull. Maybe, but I know better than to share my bed drunk. Unless you meant to raise my spirits by other means. Ah, sitting. Such an engaging activity. But that doesn't sound half bad.
She looks you up and down, her mind touches yours. You feel her hand at your neck, her lips closing around yours.
Are you ready to give yourself to me? Good. I will join you when you go to your bed. You are mine.
Well, hello. Welcome to my humble party. What's your poison? Red? White? I'll give you red. So, what are we drinking to? Other than a pile of corpses. To victory. Delicious. So, I see you and the drow have been making eyes at each other. She does seem like a fun romp, as long as she doesn't bite your head off halfway through the act. Huh. No, my love, I'm not jealous of the drow. You have all the fun you want, if you survive the night. As for me, I'm going to drink until I know I won't hear you grunting in the bushes. Here's to you.
Massacre. A spectacle of slaughter. And I participated. What are these bloody stumps that used to be such delicate harpists of the weave? No. Two shadows are darkening my soul. The shadow within and the shadow without. You led me down this path. It's time to stop making excuses. I don't know myself anymore. All this, it's not who I am. Around you, I'm not who I want to be. I should leave. Yes. Yes, I suppose we do. Few things are more powerful than the will to live. But carnage such as this. The shadow within is spreading like poison, corrupting kindness and compassion. I thought the orb to be the greatest of my sins. But I see now there are darker depths to which I might yet sink. You may be content to sink into that abyss, but I assure you, I am not.
Buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Though you seek repose, you needn't spend the night alone. There is one who yearns for you in the dark. Who will you seek? Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?